Hello, Dijon here. In the video game portion of episode 132 of the Mustardcast, we go over what games we've been playing lately, review Doom the Dark Ages and Skate Early Access, and react to the 007 First Light State of Play and the September 30th Nintendo Direct. Please enjoy. But moving on to the last stretch of this long episode of the podcast. Actually, so far it hasn't been that long, but that's about to change. Because we're getting into the video game section, and there's a lot of shit to talk about. But of course, we're going to start off
There's a lot of games, man.
with what games you guys have been playing. I want to start with you, Christian. Actually, no, I will not, because I know what you've been playing, and we're going to have a long conversation about that. So I'm going to actually save you for last.
Yeah.
You're actually going to go after me, which I don't usually do that. Bree, you go first.
Oh, I haven't been playing much. I've been playing a lot of Peak, and then I'm trying to get into more co-op or online games with people. So maybe I'll get into the Space Dwarf game, and also shoot, what is it called? It's free to download. It's a shooter.
I gotta force you to play more Marvel Rivals with me.
Yeah. I have to play more of that too. But it's not Halo. Destiny? I think it's Destiny.
Destiny's not free though.
But it's not. What is the free one?
Oh, wait, is it Splitgate?
It's something. I forget, but I've been told to get it so we can all play.
You said it's not Halo.
Whatever.
But Halo does have a free one.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, Halo Infinite has a free multiplayer. I haven't played in a minute.
But, there is another game.
Is it goddamn
Warframe? Yes. Oh my gosh.
That's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Apex.
No, it was Warframe. Oh my gosh. I don't know why that was slipping from my mind. But yeah, downloading Warframe I'm thinking about. But I also need just more games in general. I have Yakuza Pirate on my computer, but I haven't been playing it.
Yakuza Pirate in Hawaii? No, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's called Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, the longest name known to man.
Yeah, it is good though. I'm hoping for their new game that's supposed to come out eventually. I just been seeing trailers and whatnot, but
yeah, the one with it has a really cool name.
It's something Heaven.
Made in Heaven, I think. No,
yeah, Made in Heaven.
Yeah, I always think it's wrong when I say it because that is a meme from JoJo. Because that is a name of one of the stands, and he says it in English, but in the Japanese accent. It's really funny. But how about you, Aiara?
Okay, I got a couple things. So I've been playing a lot of The Binding of Isaac lately, much to my detriment. I remember I go through these periods with Isaac. Oh man, I haven't played Isaac in a while. Let's play it. And then I remember why I haven't played Isaac in a while. This game is the worst game ever, but I keep playing it. It's like an abusive relationship. I keep coming back and I can't stop myself. It's ridiculous.
Now you got
so I've
Stockholm
been playing a
Syndrome
lot of
with the
Isaac.
game.
Yeah, literally. So that's been I won't call it fun, but it's been an experience. Still playing Patapon 2, but it's been kind of slow going since I haven't really felt like playing it. I've been playing through chapters 3 and 4 of Deltarune again for a friend of mine, and that was really annoying. And I started Bayonetta 3, and that okay. Bayo 1 peak. Bayo 2 is a little shaky. It's got its problems. Bayonetta 3 is the worst hack and slash game I have ever played in my life.
Oh wow.
In all my 23 years of living, I have never, and I mean never, played a game so terrible in my life.
That's when Platinum was falling apart, so I'm not surprised.
And I'm not even past the prologue. This is first chapter, and it is terrible. And not terrible in the way of it's frustrating, but terrible in the way of it's not well designed at all. There's a system in it where you can summon your demon companions at any time to fight, and they have a meter that runs out, but they do so much damage. I've been calling it the instant win button. So it's man, I don't feel like fighting these enemies. Time for the instant win button, and I win every time. It's so dumb. And the story makes no sense so far. I really don't understand it, and I'm not locked to it. The only good thing about that game is Bayonetta's design, and even then it's on because while Bayo is super, super well designed, I really like her. A lot of people don't. I think it's
Yeah, I like
clever.
her designing that.
John, I will never forgive Platinum for what they did to John and the way they designed her in this game. It is awful. And like when she showed up on screen, I'm like, John would not wear that. I don't know who that is, but that's someone wearing the skin of
Oh
John.
gosh, she looks
because
like
she would not wear the fit.
She looks
they
like
got her in.
She looks like a One Piece character.
I'm saying, and I'm like, John's whole thing is she's supposed to be like the one with the more sensible fashion. Like Bayonetta is the one that wears the very elaborate, very silly costume. John is like high fashion, very like, highfalutin. And then they got her in the One Piece fit. I'm like, what is this?
She
No
literally
wonder they
looks
didn't
like
show her in the trailer.
She literally looks like Big Mama from One Piece.
Whoa.
I know.
Hold
It's
on.
so bleak. And
I have to show you guys.
Mhm.
Keep talking. I'm just gonna send some pictures.
I'm hoping that it gets better before it gets worse, but I really have very low expectations for the video game. I haven't even really wanted to play it, but I'm playing. I paid money for it, so got to get my money's worth in whatever way possible. And also, it's really glitchy. Like a lot of the controls aren't very responsive, but when they do respond, it's like, nah, that's not what I pressed. Totally not what I pressed. I don't know where you're cooking, Platinum. It wasn't. They burnt the house down. Diabolical. But that's it for me.
That does look like a One Piece character.
It
Oh
does.
my goodness. Identical.
Like, it's straight up Big Mama. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I finished Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. And last episode I gave my spoiler-free review because I don't want to spoil it for anybody because I want people to play it, without knowing the story. It's a good game. It's a great story. Some people consider it the best in the franchise. It's not my favorite, but I'm starting to get back into my only God knows what number playthrough of my actual favorite Metal Gear game, Metal Gear Solid 4 on my PS3. But I also started a new game plus, a second playthrough of Delta, where my first playthrough I decided to do a no kill run, and I did it. I successfully did it, killed no one. And it was difficult because I had to use tranq guns, and then I got to a part in the game where it's like, okay, I can't get by these people without taking them out, but I don't have a suppressor. So if I try to shoot, they'll hear the gun, they'll see me, they'll shoot me. So I just had to go, fuck it, and run in there and just punch everybody and then run to the next area. It was a very fun challenge going through the game, trying not to kill anybody at all. But after finishing it, I've decided to hop back into my playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 4, and it's been a good time. I am not on the precipice, I am at the beginning of what is one of the very longest cutscenes known to video games. Because Metal Gear Solid 4 has several cutscenes that break the record for longest cutscene of all time. And I'm on the verge of one of them that's 30 minutes long. And I literally was like, I'm not going to watch the cutscene because I'm literally going to go, and I did, as I'm not joking, I bought popcorn so that I could eat it while I watch this cutscene because it's so damn long. Oh, it's a good cutscene though. Cutscene is great, but it's a real long cutscene. It's a goddamn. It's an episode.
30 minutes,
episode of television.
It's crazy.
But yeah, that's where I left
Can you
off.
skip?
Cutscenes. Cutscenes. What were you saying?
Can you skip?
Cutscenes are so long they ask you to save the game in the middle of the cutscene.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Okay.
furious.
But I also finally finished Doom: The Dark Ages, the third Doom game in the recent trilogy. Because that's how numbers work. And the game got frustratingly hard towards the end, but in a fun way. And the ending was awesome. There's this moment where Doom Guy dies and then rises from the dead. And you're playing as zombie Doom Guy. And it's awesome. And then he fights his way out of hell. He hijacks Charon's boat. He kills Charon, hijacks his boat. Like, Charon holds out his hand to ask for a coin, and he shoots him in the face. And then he hijacks his boat and then drives the boat into the gates of hell and then escapes. Dude,
That's great.
it's
That's
so
nice.
wild. But
But very in character.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed this game. I would easily give it a 3.5 out of 5, which may sound low, but it's out of 5. I do out of 5 because when I did out of 10, I never went below 5. So I was like, I should just do out of 5. Because if I ever got anywhere near 5, that just means it was dog shit. So I was like, let me do out of 5. But this is my least favorite of the last 3 Doom games. With that said, it's still a really good game. The 3 major things holding it back for me are level design, weapon utilization, and a lack of glory kills. They almost completely removed glory kills, which were the sick kill animations that played after you attacked a stunned enemy. And they did it in an attempt to make combat faster, but it never really slowed down combat before. And I would have preferred if it was an option that you could turn on and off instead of just completely removing it. You also aren't encouraged to use your full arsenal of weapons like in Doom Eternal. In Eternal, each enemy could be hard countered by utilizing a specific weapon to target a weak point. But they removed that, so you can play the whole game using just your 2 favorite guns and never touch the rest of the arsenal. And I don't like playing like that. I like being forced to use every single tool in my arsenal. And lastly, but most importantly, the levels are just too goddamn big. User Salty on Reddit described my gripes with the level design best. They said, "I don't mind not having fast travel, but what is really honestly the most grating thing is that the huge open levels often have 70% of secrets locked behind a secret gate key, which itself is hidden as a secret somewhere, so you end up exploring the map and not finding it. And then when you do, you have to do a whole lap around the whole map again, just opening gates and picking up things. It kills the entire pace of the level and feels like a borderline artificial filler, which this game really doesn't need at all. It made the game longer. It's why it took me so long to beat it. This game came out months ago. And I tend to finish games relatively quickly, but not this one, because I was just getting tired of running around the levels. They don't mark the locked gates on your map once you find them, so you have to go searching for them again, and it's annoying. I dreaded entering the bigger, more open levels because I knew that my completionist brain wouldn't let me leave without collecting everything, but the process was going to be tedious as hell. No pun intended. It's still a good game, but it's the weakest in the bunch for me. And I hope that the next game pulls the best elements from each to make the perfect Doom game. But the last thing I have is the thing that you're playing, Christian. So let's get into it. Skate is out in early access, but you've been playing it longer with the what did they call it? The playtest. And we talked about that. Talked about that last episode, but now it's out in full. Have you been playing it more since it's come out in full?
I have, yeah. I'm gonna be honest. That's like the main thing I've been playing for the past few days. Yeah.
Yeah. So finally playing it myself firsthand, I get a lot of the complaints. And we talked about this very briefly off podcast, but it does feel like some of the identity from the past games has been lost with this new art direction. It feels generic and just, in some places, plain looks bad. Like the hair, for example. The beard options look like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
So I went for stubble instead of a full beard because the beards just look bad, and the black hair options are non-existent. There's 2 for guys and maybe 1 for women. Like, it's crazy.
That's nice.
Also,
they made FromSoft look good.
Yeah.
That's how crazy the hair choices were.
100%. Good old black people don't exist from soft.
Nice.
Right.
But yeah, it's the character creation is not great. Also, the narrators that guide you on this journey are played by real skaters. But they're being forced to read corny lines that real skaters do not say, and I'm certain these people don't say. And as a result, they're already flat performances, which the performances were always going to be flat. They're not, they're not actors. But if you wrote the dialogue to match their real life personalities, it would at least have some life to it.
Right. And that choice was that was a choice, because why are we getting like Sean Malto and like actual skaters, but you're getting them to voice fictional characters. Like
Exactly.
it didn't really make sense. Like I would have preferred it to be like just them playing
Like, if you're
themselves
gonna
or
do
like
that, hire an
how
actor.
right. Or get the same folks, like get the actor that voiced Shingo before. But yeah, even in like the old skate games, like I feel like they got it right by having the pros playing themselves. Even like Atiba Jefferson, like known skate photographer, he plays himself in the skate games. So yeah, honestly, the dialogue is just not it. It's just that was fresh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was sick. It's just very much so like very corporate sounding and very just like this is what they're into, right? This sounds cool. This is hip. Yeah, just the narration aspect is not the greatest. It's not the greatest at all.
Yeah. You said it when we were talking before. The aesthetic it's super sterile and corporate, and as a result, it feels like you're trapped in the Matrix, especially since they refuse to reference anything from the real world.
Right.
So you feel like you're just stuck in a simulation. And the story of the game is that a corporation bought a city to turn it into a skate utopia, which I feel like is the antithesis of skate culture, which is meant to be very punk rock, and to be punk rock is inherently counterculture. And skating in a corporate owned city is the least punk rock thing you could do. the
Right.
the presentation of this game is literally that Steve Buscemi meme of him dressed as a skater saying, "What do you do, fellow kids?"
Yeah. That is exactly what it is. Um, even in regard to the colors, like the colors are quite flat and there's nothing in the art style that is distinct or implies that this is a skate game. Like if you don't have your character pull out their skateboard and they're just walking in the open world, you would think, oh, it's just a tech demo for something, or this is just a Unreal Engine demo. But it just feels quite bland. Um, and I feel like it's as you were saying the other day, it's not complete. It's definitely not complete. And I feel like they just need to do a overhaul in regards to the art style. And I feel like there's a way for them to keep the art style distinct, but still make it easy to edit and add new things and new content.
Like you
Um,
mentioned,
like I think that yeah,
Need for Speed Unbound, which was a Need for Speed game that took a bit of a cue from Spider Verse and added like 2D effects and textures on top of things. And something like that in a skate game could be really fun with a bunch of
yeah,
skate inspired graffiti and things like that, like and those type of effects happening while you're skateboarding. But also having sprays, like a lot of online games have sprays where you can just walk up to a wall and just like spray paint something on it. And that is, I feel like skating culture and graffiti culture go hand in hand, and that would be a cool thing to incorporate.
right. Especially with the social aspect. But I feel like, and I'm kind of giving them some grace with it being early access, but not that much. Um, yeah, I feel like a lot of the feature set is pretty underbaked, and that the UI, font choices is like they took random vector shapes and put some sort of grain or dirt on it. It was like this is skate. Yeah, yeah, just it doesn't have that distinctive a design language. And also, I feel like maybe they wanted to compete with like the other extreme sports games that are doing well, like Riders Republic and stuff like that, to try to make it fit in that demographic lane. But I think in doing that, they went way too far to the point that it just is not distinct. But the gameplay saves it, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the thing that makes it worth coming back to.
Before we go deep into
Um,
the gameplay, though, I did want to say that
yeah,
long gone are the days of Coach Frank, played by Jason Lee, who you
yeah,
guys would probably know him best as Dave from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Um,
Oh,
and the problem is they had the perfect person to replace Coach Frank and Tim Robinson, who played a character in a trailer for this game a while back. Tim Robinson, famous actor comedian, he in that trailer he played uh, an employee of the fictional corporation that runs San Amsterdam, the city that the game takes place in, called M Corp. Um, in that trailer, he's desperately trying to convince the public that nothing shady is going on at the company or in the city, and that gives me a small bit of hope that they may actually be going for a satirical and comedic story about evil corporations, and that would actually fit Skate a lot better. But
Right.
they haven't done much to really point towards that. And I
Right.
hope that they're listening to the feedback, which I don't know if you've seen it. But there's a survey. You do the survey, brother. I did the
I
survey
will.
and I was complaining about I said black hair more times than I've said in my life. I'm like, give us black hair options.
Yeah.
As we also need way more real brands, which is a question that they had on that as well. Like, what real brands do we want to have? And I was like, give me goddamn Nike. Why is Nike not here?
Mhm.
But yeah, but like you said, despite all that, the gameplay's tight. It's good, and it's exactly what I want
Yeah.
from new skate games. Some certain moves are missing. Like you can't do dark grinds where you flip the skateboard upside down. I like doing those a lot. That's not there yet. But what is there is solid. It's good. The foundation's strong
Yeah.
in terms of gameplay.
Right. And as far as gameplay goes, or in regards to the open world, the mechanics are there. Like just mechanically, gameplay wise, the movement system is it's it's a master class, honestly, in regards to like extreme sports games. They nailed it. They took what they did with 2 and 3 and did it better. I mean, I would hope it came out like 15 years ago, but even with that, the animation, the feedback, um, the fact that there's more settings. So if you cater towards a more arcade style, you can make your character play that way. But if you want something more grounded and realistic, you can change different settings. That I've been more in the realistic lane of like putting all of my settings down, especially as a fan of the game session. I've been trying to do more realistic lines and stuff, even though I still end up jumping off, like running on walls and doing backflips and stuff. I still love doing stuff like that, but there's a lot of ways to play, which I do dig. Um, yeah, it mastered what the other ones got right, which is that freedom and that ability to skate in your own way. I feel like they did it very well here. Um, it's just all up into the mission design and how they incorporate the mechanics into everything else. I feel like that's what's going to be the kicker. It's like how you can have a video game engine like the Fox engine, which is one of the best engines ever made, but then you can make Metal Gear survive. It's like the mechanics are there for something great. I think it just ultimately comes down to whether the missions and the world design and if the community engagement is good,
Yeah.
especially with it being live service.
This being early access means there's room for them to fix a lot of the problems we're having. The core gameplay's solid, and now everything else just needs to rise up the match. But Brie, Aiara, does Skate interest you guys in it at all? I know we just talked a lot of shit about it, but it is a fun game. Just from
It is good.
from the foundation, it's fun to just skate around.
Yeah.
The fact that it has Mario 64 movement as the fastest movement is really funny to me, based on what I've seen on Twitter. And like, I'm interested, but I'm definitely gonna wait for the full game to come out. Based on what you guys said about the early access, I don't want to waste my time.
Mm.
I mean,
I
it's
used to
free.
play a skateboarding game years ago with my cousin, so I liked it even though it was kind of silly. So I did not know they were making like a skate universe kind of game. Like what was it? Something Republic.
Riders Republic.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
about that game, and I actually kind of want to play it. Seems really neat. So I didn't know there was like a skate similar to it, or trying to be similar to that.
Yeah, this is
I don't know.
basically Skate 4, but it's not called Skate 4.
Just skate.
Just skate
Yeah.
with a period. But yeah, I'm excited to see it get better. Moving on to some trailers and news. There's a lot. We're gonna start with Dispatch. We got a release date trailer.
Woo!
And October has just become even more packed. For me, since this releases on PC and PS5 on October 22nd, 20 days after Ghost of Yote.
Oh wow.
And 1 day after Ninja Gaiden 4. How could they do this to me? How could they do that? Don't they know they should be scheduling their game releases around me, Dijon Fortune? It's weird that this won't be on Xbox Day 1. I wonder what that's about. But for those who haven't heard about this game, it is a superhero workplace comedy where choices matter. Manage a dysfunctional team of misfit heroes and strategize who to send to emergencies around the city, all while balancing office politics, personal relationships, and your own quest to become a hero. It is made by Ad Hoc Studio, a team made up of former Telltale devs, the studio behind the Walking Dead games and Wolf Among Us. And this team previously was helping Telltale Games make the Wolf Among Us Season 2, but they had a falling out, and maybe that game's not happening anymore. I hope it is, but
What was
some weird
so
things
bad?
happening. But yeah, Dispatch has a star-studded cast of celebrity actors, such as Aaron Paul as the lead character, but also some famous voice actors like Laura Bailey and some internet celebrities like Moist Critical and Jacksepticeye.
Oh,
Yeah, very diverse cast of very different levels of celebrity. I played the demo, which is still available on PC, by the way, a few months ago, and I was surprised at the type of game it was, because it's like, yeah, it's a Telltale style game. Yes, but it is also a strategy game, where you actually direct the superheroes on what crimes to stop based on their stats and skills and personality, and it's fun. It's a good time. And it's going to be released episodically over the course of 4 weeks, with 2 episodes dropping each week starting October 22nd, according to Ryan McCaffrey at IGN. And let me check out specifically the release schedule, because I have it in my notes. Yeah, so October 22nd, first 2 episodes. 29th, 3-4, November 5th, 5-6, and then a day before my birthday, November 12th, my cousin's birthday, 7 and 8. So yeah, I'm excited for this. This should be fun. And a lot of games don't do this anymore. They don't do the episodic release schedule because it's failed a lot in the past. Hopefully, if they're deciding to do this thing that has notoriously been known to fail in the past, it's because they know it's going to work, or like these games are actually going to come out when they're supposed to, these episodes. And it'll be fun to have a game that comes out episodically like this, and you could have discussions with people about the different decisions that you made and the way you tackled certain situations, like you would a TV show. When you're just watching a TV show and having discussions surrounding an episode of a TV show before the next episode comes out. That'll be really cool. But yeah, how do you feel about this, Bree, as someone who likes The Wolf Among Us, and this is, people who were a part of that team?
Oh, The Wolf Among Us, you don't understand. I've been waiting for this new game for years. And every time I hear something about it, like, oh yeah, they're working on it. Actually, no, the studio's gone. Oh wait, no, they're back. They're gonna work on it, and then they just cancel it. But this, I feel like I genuinely want to play this. I love like episodic games. I just haven't really sat and got into them like I should.
It's only $30.
Really? Ooh.
And
I want
more
things
season.
to talk to people about.
Yeah, if you play this, we'll definitely be talking about it.
Yes.
I also discovered
this PC to work.
that Ad Hoc is making a game based around one of Critical Role's D&D campaigns.
Oh.
And I'm very interested to see what that is. But yeah, this is exciting. I'm very, very excited to see where this goes.
We still need to play D&D.
We do.
We need to have a session at some point.
Did you?
Did you ever get
the book?
we can make some.
Yeah, Aiara.
Wait, you do?
Yeah,
oh my gosh!
I still need to finish the player's handbook. But did you ever get a copy of the player's handbook, Bree?
I did not get it from my brother. He said he has it, and I haven't gone over there to get it yet.
Look, we could have an episode of the podcast that's D&D.
That would be fun, I think.
Yeah,
I could totally cook up a one shot for us.
That would be fun. But yeah, next we have Marvel Rivals Season 4, Heart of the Dragon. Uh, the season has already started, and I've been playing it. But let's talk about the launch trailer first. We got another beautifully animated trailer announcing the season's characters and theme. This season is built around a martial arts tournament between the 8 capital cities of heaven, which Kunlun, home of the Iron Fist, is one of. Playing with the themes of heaven, the characters for this season are Angela and Daredevil. Daredevil in this universe serves the secret 8th city of heaven, which is a brutal hellish realm that serves as a prison for the evils of the seven capital cities. Daredevil is the champion of Dijon, a Marvel Rivals original character based on a character from Chinese myth who was a monk that achieved enlightenment but decided to willingly enter hell to rehabilitate and shepherd the suffering, and took a vow to not leave until hell was emptied. The Rivals devs were inspired by the end of Chip Zdarsky's run on Daredevil from a few years back, which ends with Daredevil going to literal hell to save his friends and choosing to stay behind. And this is a great twist on the character, and very much playing into his Catholic guilt, and the fact that literally in the comics he decided to save his friends from hell and then stay in hell, and taking this Chinese mythological character who stays in hell to rehabilitate people and isn't going to ever leave hell because people are always going to go to hell, so hell's never going to be empty. Yeah, this is I think a really fun take on the character, but he's not out yet. Angela is. Angela is Thor and Loki's sister, daughter of Odin and Freya, who was kidnapped by the Angels of Heaven. Heaven spelled Heven, which in the Marvel Universe is the 10th Norse realm. And they were banished by Odin after he thought that they killed Angela, whose original name was Aldrich. But of course the angels faked her death and raised her as their own. Also, contrary to what the movies say, in the comics, just like in actual Norse mythology, Hela is Loki's daughter, not sister. And in the games, they were going off of the movie version of it, but they changed it now that Angela's in the game. And any line that Loki had calling his daughter sister has been changed, and he no longer calls her sister. So it seems like in Marvel Rivals canon, she is his daughter. But I digress. I discovered Angela a year or two ago and became obsessed with her, and she was also leaked a while back, so I have been eagerly awaiting her arrival, and it's finally here as of September 12th. And she's fun. Wait. I thought it was October for a second. I was like, September 12th, that was so long ago. No, it was only a week ago. Yeah, she's real fun. She's a flying melee tank who excels at displacement. She has a spear, and she could skewer people on the spear and push them away from their allies, and that's really fun to do. It can be a little hard to aim, and she's a hard character to play, but once you figure out, she's really fun. But you guys should play Marvel Rivals. We should all play Marvel Rivals. Let's play Marvel Rivals. I'm always trying to get people to play Marvel Rivals. I play Marvel Rivals all the time. It's also on PS4 now.
You're totally down.
Which I know doesn't matter because you have a PC.
It probably runs like shit though.
Yeah. Yeah. You two have PCs, and me and Christian have PS5, so so you shouldn't play it on PS4. But it's on there if you want to. Yeah, Marvel Rivals is great. I'm excited for Daredevil. I'm so excited. He was at the top of my list of characters that I want in the game, up there with Cyclops is #1, and then it's Quicksilver, and then it was Daredevil, and now we got Daredevil. Now I need Cyclops, Quicksilver. Give me Cyclops, Quicksilver. But next we have 007 First Light. PlayStation hosted a state of play dedicated to 007 First Light, and it was an interesting experience because it started off very slow and very boring, with James driving a car at the speed limit as he escorts fellow agents to a party disguised as their driver, and then he proceeds to disobey orders and he's supposed to be standing watch at the parking lot. But then he goes off to investigate a suspicious-looking bellhop. In the process of watching him figure out how to infiltrate the party and continue pursuing the bellhop was so boring to watch. But hopefully, stuff like that is always more fun to play than it is to look at. It's just like, why choose to show this? This is boring. Like, I get that this is going to be part of the game and I'm going to have fun while doing it, but watching it sucks. Then they jump Thankfully, they jumped to a car chase scene, which is like, okay, thank you. Car chases, a big part of James Bond. Cool. It went on for way too long. I was like, okay, cool. And then it kept going. I was like, all right, stop the car chase, all right? I'm done. Move on. And then it finally ended. And then this is when it finally started to get good. He gets out the car. Well, before I say that, actually, I should say, the beginning I was concerned because it felt like this is a slam dunk. Hitman, this is the Hitman devs, IO Interactive. Hitman is heavily inspired by James Bond. So when we heard they were making a James Bond game, I was like, no shit, yeah, that's awesome. This is gonna be cool. And then this started, and I was like, maybe not. Maybe it won't be cool. But they pulled it back. They pulled it back. I was concerned, but they pulled it back. Once they got to the action and the shooting, it was cool. And then there was this Uncharted 3 style airplane set piece that was really cool. And Simon Carty from IGN describes the game as the Hitman and Uncharted hybrid I wanted it to be. And that's also what I'm hoping. But before I start reading some very specific details from the PlayStation blog, have you guys seen anything about this? Any trailers? If not, feel free to watch some on mute in the background while we discuss it. But yeah, what are your thoughts if you've seen anything?
I have seen the state of play. Some parts I did fast forward through for the reasons you mentioned. I thought that them approaching the building and him navigating the building, and it did kind of drag a bit. Graphically, I think it looks great. I think that IO is very good at just like making levels or set pieces feel big. Like it feels massive. Like even thinking about Hitman 2 with like the racing level, like the racetrack level, just they're very great at making detailed environments. And I feel like that type of just open game design aspect, I thought that looked very cool in the trailer. Because with them doing it third person, with it being a younger James Bond, I was curious on how they would do third person action or how it would look. But I like the fact that they're still keeping the espionage aspect there, in that it looks like a spy game. And also in regards to the state of play, like little side thing, I'm cool with the fact that it was a bit choppy. I don't mind it at all.
It made it feel
Because there
real.
was some frame drop. Yeah, it made it feel like it was a real gameplay. So I like that type of transparency, and I feel IO has a pretty decent. They have a good track record, so I feel like in regards to frame rate and stuff, it will be solid when it drops. But yeah, I thought that the actual like sequence of action at the end and the gunplay looked pretty good. Um, Especially considering this is the first time that IO has really done gunplay like this. Because the Hitman games are not third person shooters. You can shoot in third person, but they're not made for that purpose. Um, so it's cool to see them make a game with like action set pieces for real.
Yeah.
So I think they have an opportunity to make a cool espionage stealth hybrid game.
How about
Yeah.
you two, Bree or Aiara?
I haven't seen anything about it. I just know of its existence because I think we either talked about it in person or like I've seen mentions of it on the internet.
We talked about it
But
on the podcast.
I don't know. I just don't. Yeah. We surely did. And in like taking a quick peek at the trailer on mute, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's for me. But I'm happy for James Bond fans. I know that this is a big thing.
I'm James Bond fans.
Right,
I'm your only
exactly.
I've heard nothing,
Okay. Well,
so I know nothing.
so let me give you some details. So, in this special state of play, they showcased footage from 2 missions that highlighted the game's immersive design and cinematic flair from a covert operation at a high-stakes chess tournament in Slovakia. which I didn't realize that was what was going on in that mission. Closing with a high altitude showdown to an infiltration of a lavish gala in Kensington, London. These missions offer a glimpse into the living and breathing worlds that Bond will navigate as he discovers the world of espionage. In terms of the gameplay loop, from day one, they say they've designed the game so you can approach your objectives how you want, through what they call the creative approach. Maybe you'll slip in unnoticed and reach your goal without anyone knowing you were there. Maybe you'll go in loud, using every weapon and gadget at your disposal. Or maybe you'll use a bit of both and improvise, turning whatever the situation throws at you into an opportunity. As part of the creative approach, there are different aspects of James Bond's set of skills that are reflected. Spycraft is your toolkit
Nice.
for the quieter side of the job. You can eavesdrop on conversations for intelligence, lift a keycard from a distracted guard's pocket, or piece together clues from environmental details others might overlook. Every bit of information can open a shortcut or give you a way around a challenge or a crowded security room. I love immersive sims. Instinct is Bond's natural aptitude in gameplay form, reflecting his quick thinking and adaptability. It's a limited resource that will fill itself as you take down enemies, complete objectives, etc. You can use it to lure a guard toward you for a silent takedown, bluff your way past someone who's getting suspicious, or give you a bit more time to take the perfect shot during a firefight. The bluffing mechanic is so cool. So you can just straight up press a button to lie to people to try and get out of sticky situations. And that's really cool. In terms of gadget,
What makes this different from a what makes this different from like a Hitman game?
More action. And
I see.
more overarching story.
Okay.
In terms of gadgets, gadgets from Q Branch are an essential part of your toolkit, giving you plenty of possibilities to tackle each situation you face. You might hack a camera system to clear a path, cut through a locked door with a laser, or distract a guard long enough to slip by. We want them to feel like natural extensions of Bond's skill set, not just one-off tricks. As you progress through the missions, you will unlock more gadgets, empowering you through your journey to become a fully fledged spy. And combat. Combat in 007 First Light is built to feel true to Bond, with control, efficiency, and visceral. You'll swap between precision gunplay and up-close brawls without missing a beat. In tight spaces, Bond can throw an opponent over a railing, smash them against a wall, disarm them in one smooth motion, or use the nearest object to incapacitate them. Melee skills include parries,
Batman?
throws, basically, and takedowns. Designed to look cinematic, but still feel responsive in your hands. When encounters escalate to lethal force being used, Bond earns his license to kill, allowing him to use his marksmanship with firearms being thrown into the fight without slowing down. And because gadgets are a part of his combat toolkit, you'll be able to use them expertly to disorientate an enemy before taking him out. The mix of melee, ranged weapons, and gadgets means every encounter feels unpredictable, personal, and very much like stepping into the 007 fantasy. And lastly, set pieces. A feature they're also proud to introduce is one of the driving sequences, which will be present throughout the game. As we saw in the gameplay deep dive, we'll be able to use our skills behind the wheel during high-speed chases and other tense situations to make sure Bond gets to his objectives, especially if he has to take a shortcut. They also wanted to deliver on the action set pieces that have been part of the franchise's history and include big moments that reflect the stakes of the world of espionage, including being thrown out of an airplane in full flight. This releases March 27th, 2026. And man, talking about Bond set pieces, Krishna, you gotta watch Thunderball.
I have not seen Thunderball.
Thunderball's good, man. The set piece at the end of that movie is, mind you, this is a movie from the 60s. And the last 20 minutes of that movie is fully underwater.
That's what I was about to ask. It's underwater, right?
It's insane. I love that movie for that, from those last 20 minutes alone. Thunderball's so good. I love James Bond. No, I've been slowly going through all of the older movies, starting from the very beginning, and I'm having a good time.
This game, low-key, sounds like a perfect setup for like a John Wick game almost.
It does.
True.
Now we gotta get out.
Just the way that they outlined everything, I'm like, this low key sounds like John Wick.
Yeah, I need IO Interactive to make a John Wick game. Low key, I'd like the Seafood devs, Slow Clap, to make a John Wick.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now that would be cool.
But now we're getting into the. This isn't the last thing, but it ties into the last thing because we're getting into the Nintendo section of the podcast because there was a big Nintendo Direct
Yeah.
recently.
That was crazy.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
so many.
we're gonna
things.
start with the fact that Nintendo now has a U.S. patent on summoning characters.
Which is crazy. That's really blowing
This
me.
is nuts.
Yeah.
This is coming from Vicky
Wow.
Blake at IGN. It suggests any game that makes use of the mechanics listed below could now potentially trigger an infringement lawsuit from Nintendo. 1. There must be a PC, console, or other computing device, and the game is stored on a drive or similar storage medium, meaning it just needs to be a video game. You can move a character in a virtual space. You must be able to summon a character. They call it a sub-character, by which they mean it's not the player character, but for example, a little monster such as a Pokemon that the player character has at their disposal. Then, the logic branches out, with item 4 and 5 being mutually exclusive scenarios, before reuniting again in item 6. 5. This is about summoning the sub-character in a place where there already is another character that will then, when instructed to do so, fight. 6. This alternative scenario is about summoning the sub-character at a position where there is no other character to fight immediately. And 7. This final step is about sending the sub-character in a direction and then letting an automatic battle ensue with another character. It is not clear whether this is even needed if one previously executed step 4, when the sub-character will basically be thrown at another character. That's a lot of technical jargon, but overall, they are trying to stop people from doing something that has existed in games before Pokemon, mind you. And Haley McLean, who is a video game lawyer and the community manager for MinMax on YouTube, gave her very knowledgeable insight. She says, patents are used to reward ingenuity for new, useful, and non-obvious inventions and improvements. But instead, in the game space, they are being used to attempt to block ingenuity by granting monopoly periods to game mechanics, which arguably do not meet the basic criteria for patentability. Game mechanic patents are bad for the industry, and they are bad patents. They are an abuse of the system, which is clearly decades behind with games, and are using the guise of software language to protect ideas and instill fear into the marketplace. And I couldn't have put it better myself if I tried. Of course, because she's a lawyer who's been dealing with this. So this is insane.
Very
Who
much so.
cleared for this patent? Like, who went through and was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's legit. I'll pass it.
Probably somebody who doesn't know a whole bunch about video games, so they're like,
And
yeah,
that's
that sounds
the whole
above
thing.
board.
Patents, when it comes to video games in general, is behind, decades behind. We've talked about it before, the Nemesis system. WB should not have been able to patent the Nemesis system. And, like she says, granting a monopoly period to game mechanics. The Nemesis system can't be used by anybody else. For those that know what the Nemesis system is, it was used in a game developed by WB called Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, which are Lords of the Ring games. And the system allows essentially for very incredibly intelligent AI enemies to form grudges with the character and be reoccurring enemies as a result, and like over time grow to hate the character more and more and become this storyline. And it's really cool, and nobody else can use it. No one else can even iterate on it. And that was what, 2016 that they did that? It's been almost 10 years. If they imagine the games that could use the Nemesis system, dog. Imagine Assassin's Creed with the Nemesis system. Imagine GTA with the Nemesis system, dog. Imagine all of the games with the Nemesis
Star
system.
Wars game with the Nemesis, like literally any property.
Right.
That could be
Imagine
very cool.
how far the Nemesis system would have come if they didn't patent it.
And now the studio that developed it can't use it because they don't exist.
Exactly. The studio that created it no longer exists.
That is crazy.
They were working on a Wonder Woman game. I've talked about this a lot. I'm so mad that they canceled that Wonder Woman game. Yeah. And now we got Pokemon trying to stop people from summoning characters. Final Fantasy, you summon characters in Final Fantasy. You summon characters in Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. You summon characters in a great mini games. Are they going to go after the entirety of the game industry? Sometimes it feels like Nintendo thinks nobody else should be allowed to make games except them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like actively steal ideas from other people too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Now, Pocket Pair and Pal World, they poked the bear. Now the bear's awake.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, everything about Pal World is fine except for the fact that they blatantly stole designs. That was their mistake. They should not have done that. Everything else is like, I played Pal World when it came out and I loved it. I haven't played it since, but goddamn, when I was playing Pal World, I was playing Pal World. Aiara knows. We were talking about Pal World a lot. Pal World is fun. I might have to get back into it because it's coming back. It's coming out, I think, in full soon. And we should play it. That game's fun. It's Pokemon, but they have guns, and it's a what do you call those games? Like a survival game where you like build your own homes and stuff like that, and you have to like build machines that you then make essentially your pals' slaves, kind of, not actual slaves. They're your pals. They're your friends. They're helping you. You're not forcing them. You give them home. No. You give them homes. You give them food. They choose to do this because they love you. And then you can, if you want, kill them and eat them. But
just sounds really familiar. Just saying.
But again, it's at the end of the day, everything I just described is nothing that you can do in Pokemon because it's not a Pokemon game, except for the fact that they did the stupid mistake of stealing designs. Like, they had it in the bag. All they had to do was make original designs that were inspired by Pokemon rather than straight up. All they did with almost every single one of their characters was just take two Pokemon and merge them together. That was stupid of them.
Hey,
That was
it's
so
like the
stupid of them.
RDC skit. The RDC skit, he was like, "This is not the same." People are saying they're parallel designs, but they're really perpendicular designs.
Yeah. And it's like, bro, change the designs. Just change the designs. You change the designs and everything's fine. If they never had the same designs to begin with, it wouldn't be a problem. They ruined it for everybody. But at the same time, at the end of the day, this is on Nintendo. Stop this.
As in, Nintendo chose to do this.
Hopefully,
very greedy.
Hopefully, because there's a lot of lawyers like getting into play, being like, "This is weird. They shouldn't be able to do this." And hopefully, this is able to be stopped because they've done this for other games in different patents in other countries. So it's like, we can't let Nintendo do this. They're being weird. You don't own games. You don't own gaming. They're going to try and patent games.
As a concept. They're going to patent mustaches on characters.
You're not allowed. You can't jump in games. We invented that.
Right.
Every game has to be a Souls-like with no jumping.
That's bleak to even think about, honestly.
But moving on to the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Yay, more game.
The day after the Direct, which I think was the 14th. The Direct was the 13th and it was the 14th. Or maybe the Direct was 12th and it was Thursday. I don't know. Either way, the day after the Direct was Mario's 40th anniversary. So the beginning of the Direct focused on that. And they showed us a teaser for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which is releasing sometime next spring in 2026. And apparently, it was leaked beforehand. But luckily, I didn't get spoiled. So I was surprised. Because I thought they were going to do Super Mario World. Which I honestly still think they should have done. Why are they jumping to Galaxy? Do World, then Galaxy.
Another movie.
Yeah, at the end they showed Yoshi. Yoshi was introduced. Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
So, do Super Mario World, introduce Yoshi, then do Galaxy. What's happening? They're probably going to do World eventually, but it's weird that they went straight to Galaxy. I'm curious, who do you think are they going to get to voice Pauline? Now, I heard a really good fan cast, and I'm like, makes sense. But I want to hear you guys first, and hopefully you don't say what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
I haven't thought about it
Yeah,
either.
me neither.
So I heard somebody say Ariana Grande, and I was like, you know what?
That's crazy.
That's good. That's good.
I can see
That's
it
not
though.
bad. Yeah, I can see it.
What's that actress's name? She plays Yelena Belova, whatever. She plays the White Widow in Thunderbolts and Black Widow. And she was in that one movie with the flowers. Why am I forgetting this woman's name? Florence Pugh.
Oh, okay.
I'm just thinking of white woman. Like, what is a good white woman who could play this character? Also,
Looking at her picture right now,
another-
I'm trying to like put someone to this person.
Uh,
like, what?
another reason I'm low-key upset that they're not doing World Before Galaxy is another character that could have been introduced in World that probably won't be introduced in Galaxy, or at least I hope not, because that would be too many characters and they wouldn't get the spotlight they deserved, is Daisy. Because Daisy wasn't in the first movie.
Really, what
The second movie should have introduced Daisy and Yoshi. And the story should have been focusing around that. And now there's no way.
So they could have done Land and. Oh, go ahead.
But now they're probably, like, they tease Yoshi at the very end of the movie. So it'd be weird if they didn't follow up with Yoshi and Galaxy. So I'm curious what they're going to do with that. That's interesting. That they decided to go in this direction. But they also, I'm sorry, what are you going to say before I move on?
They could have done Land and World in one movie, and we could have seen Dinosaur Island and Sarasa Land if they were thinking.
Yeah. And now either they're going to have to try and shove that into this movie somewhere or save it for the next one, which feels weird to go from
That's where the
to go from space back down to the planet to a different like island. That's weird.
no see, Dijon, what they're gonna do is the rocket is gonna launch because they're totally gonna get it. You just know they are. It's not gonna be like
They're going to pull some like
Right.
Odyssey stuff.
I'm saying, and it's gonna launch from Sarasa Land. Trust. Daisy's gonna have a full space program. I have sight beyond sight.
That would be hilarious.
It's a Kerbal.
Right. Mario space program.
But yeah, they also announced that they are releasing a 2-pack of Super Mario Galaxies 1 and 2 for $70 for a port of two 20-year-old games.
I did not know that. That is crazy.
These games came out
It's bleak.
20 years ago.
Hey,
Might I
It was so good.
remind you?
shoot.
Might I remind you? Dispatch is $30.
Wow.
Hmm.
Hey, Nintendo's gonna have to file a patent against me.
I'm
Hey, I'm-
saying.
I'm gonna turn into Johnny Depp real quick. I'm gonna be Jack Sparrow out here. I'm a pirate. Hey. Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
I mean, that's already how people are playing those games.
Yeah.
Because it took them this long to finally add them.
Right. It's like
Yeah.
the people who bought Super Mario 3D All Stars somehow are winning all these years later, which is insane to me.
It's so stupid that was a limited run. Nintendo's
Really, for real.
they're so weird. Why do they do these things?
They're
Because they know they can get away with it.
Yeah.
They
like,
can't keep
they're
getting
the,
away with this. Speaking of Dispatch.
Like I feel like somebody made the comparison, and it's like Nintendo's the Louis Vuitton of video game companies. It's like they're
Ooh.
they're
They're
like
racist?
a fashion
I'm sorry.
luxury.
I mean that too, but
I mean, yeah. It like in regards to just they're like a fashion house for video games, and like are and it's like their games are like certain outfits, or like their games are like certain shirts, and it's like, oh, this shirt from this runway show, you're gonna have to pay this much money to play it, or this much money to get it. The price in the resale market is crazy for the games. Like it's like you're getting a pair of shoes.
Yeah, I had to.
It's also
I got.
what's getting me is the DLCs, man, especially for
Oh.
Pokemon.
Yeah, we're gonna
Like
get there.
when you release
We're gonna
that-
get there.
Oh my god.
So next we have Mario Tennis Fever, which looks fun. I don't think I've ever played a Mario Tennis game.
you're not missing anything.
Yeah,
Played the Sega tennis game.
I played Pong, but this does look good. It looks fun. I heard the last one was lame, So hopefully this one is better. Last in the Mario 40th anniversary stuff, and I gotta talk because people were pretending like this isn't like a Mario game, and it's Yoshi's in the mystery book, and I'm like, brother, Yoshi's a Mario character. People were pretending like, why are you showing us a Yoshi game in the Mario 40th? Because he's a Mario character. He was introduced in Super Mario World. He's a Mario character.
It's like straight up.
But anyway, join Yoshi for a new adventure in Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 in spring 2026. One day, on the island where Yoshi and his friends live, a peculiar talking book named Mr. E suddenly falls from the sky. This peculiar book's pages contain information about unusual creatures, so Yoshi decides to jump in and help investigate. As Yoshi wanders through the book, you'll make all sorts of discoveries about the creatures you find, and those discoveries will be written down. You'll find lots of unusual creatures residing within the book. A page-turning adventure awaits. This looks cool. It looks fun. Very, very, very much aimed towards kids. Not my cup of tea, but it's cool. I'm glad it exists.
Listen, I'm playing Mario's Yarn World. I need to actually, not Mario, Yoshi's Yarn World, and I need to finish it because it is pretty cute. It's a good couch play game.
That's cool. But moving away from the 40th anniversary, we saw Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. On a small island floating in the sea, B characters live their own carefree lives. You're in charge of this island, so create anyone you like to live here as me characters, like ones based on friends, family, and even yourself. Then choose their personality, voice, and choose their personality, voice, and help your me characters enjoy their island life however they see fit. You can see what's on their minds, help them solve problems, watch them interact, cultivate their friendships, and more. Do any of you have experience with the original?
I do, actually. So, as of right now, I am running an island, and it is diabolical. What I do when I play Tomodachi Life is, I'll take characters from whatever I'm watching or like whatever media I'm interacting with at the time, and make them and put them in the game. So, when I started this file, it was when I first started Trigun and when I was fresh off my Nier Automata replay. So we have 2B9S, we have the main 4 in Trigun, and A2 from Nier and Vash the Stampede were married and then got a divorce. So
Now you say main
that's
4.
been a thing.
You say main 4. I'm assuming Vash, Wolfwood.
Right.
Millie and Meryl. Right. Why in my brain?
Of course.
In my brain, there was someone else there that I was replacing Millie with, and I don't know why. Because for a second I was like, "Are you?"
Was it Roberto?
Because for a second I was like, "Why are you not including Millie?" Maybe it was Roberto.
I think it might have been Roberto.
Roberto's out here
thought about putting him on
destroying my brain. Get that man out of here.
I'm saying, get that man out of here. But yeah. So needless to say, when Living the Dream got announced, I was really, really excited. And in seeing that it in this direct, I'm even because it takes all the problems I have with the original Tomodachi Life, where it's really a sit and wait simulator, and like it's one of those things you check up on like periodically throughout the day. The actual game, honestly, I'd call it more of a toy than a game. This feels like it's more interactive. Really,
yeah, it's like a Tomodachi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which
I haven't watched the trailer. Does it give like Animal Crossing vibes almost?
A little bit.
It's like Animal Crossing if you didn't interact with the world directly. So instead of you having like a player avatar, you're like the Tom Nook of the universe, where it's like you have
You're the
a
landlord.
hand in what goes on. Yeah, you're the landlord.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
You like being a landlord? Get her.
No, that's not. I wish I was a landlord.
Saying.
I wish I had land to lord over.
I'm saying it's bleak. But yeah, I'm excited.
Cool. Next, we saw Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which includes the Yuffie DLC. It's coming to Switch 2 on January 22nd, and I hear that it runs like a dream. So I'm happy that a whole new audience of people will be able to experience this game and hopefully Rebirth comes soon, and boy howdy, if they can make that work, they can make anything work on the Switch. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is Final Fantasy VII Remake, but open world. It's a lot of game. It's a big game. It's a good looking game. If they can make that work on the Switch, both Nintendo and Square Enix are gods. I don't know how they're gonna make it work, but I assume they will. Next, this is the biggest one for me. This is what I was waiting for. I knew it was gonna happen. We all knew it was gonna happen. If you know, you know. Okay, if you knew, you knew. It was easy to predict. They gave the release date for Hades 2, and it's in 5 days. Hades 2 releases 1.0 launch on Thursday, September 25th. And it will
I thought it
be
was already out.
in early access, and I've been playing it, and it's really good. But it's not out fully. But it will be next Thursday, and it'll be on Switch. I've been playing on my PC, on my laptop. But now I'll finally be able to play it on my TV, in the comfort of my chair.
Ooh.
And it'll be glorious. And it'll be 1080p, unfortunately, but 120 frames per second. That's nice. But yeah, I'm gonna just read this whole article, going over some of the details. All right, this is from Wesley Yin Poole at IGN. Hades 2 is a timed console exclusive on Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and plays at 120 frames per second in TV mode. But yeah, it'll be nice that it's in 120 frames per second. Which is it being 1080p makes me a little upset. And I got it on PC, so if ever I'm upset at the way it looks on my TV while I'm playing on Switch, I'll just pick up my laptop. But like, I wish it wasn't 1080p. Why is it 1080p? It's Hades. What's going on? I'll accept 30 frames per second if it's higher than 1080p. What's happening? I'm actually upset that it's 1080p on Switch, because that's where I want to play it primarily. And I can't get it anywhere else because it's not anywhere else yet. But, a little blurb about the game itself. Battle Beyond the Underworld in Hades 2. Nintendo Switch 2 edition. An action-packed roguelike dungeon crawler that reacts to your every setback and accomplishment. As the princess of the underworld, you'll explore a bigger, deeper, mythic world and vanquish the forces of the Titan of Time with the full might of Olympus behind you. But yeah, you'll finally be able to play it, Aiara. So I can finally talk to you about stuff, because I've been so vague every time I talk about this game, because I don't want to spoil it for Aiara, because Aiara is trying to go in blind.
I refuse to play it until the full game is out. I didn't play Hades until the full game was out. Now too. So if you're excited, I'm over the
And you will literally be over the moon, because the moon goddess is in the game. But
oh yeah, true.
But yeah, this I'm excited. I'm so excited. This is gonna be my life for about 7 days, because literally the next Thursday goes to Yotekam's. There's an ungodly amount of games that I want to play coming out in October. And Silent Hill F comes out in a few days, but I'm not playing that immediately. Next, we got Kirby AirRiders. We got a reveal of 2 amiibos of Kirby and Bandana Waddle Dee with interchangeable gliders, which is really fun. And a tease at more to come, along with a second Kirby AirRiders Direct. A second Kirby AirRiders Direct has hit the towers, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Maybe this isn't a month to make that joke.
It's only been 9 days.
Hey,
Wow.
It's almost been 11 days. But yeah, what was I saying? Kirby. I don't know why they're doing another Nintendo Direct. That last Direct was very comprehensive. What are they going to do? What is he going to talk about? I'm going to watch it though, because it's Sakurai. If he decided there needs to be another Direct, I'm going to trust him. Don't let me down, Sakurai. You haven't yet. Don't start now. I'm not going to play this game, but I'll watch the Direct. I'm not going to buy it. I can't say I'm not going to play it. If somebody else has it, I'll play it. I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying fucking $70 for this shit.
Oh my gosh.
I do not care about
$70 for it. Costs $70,
brother. If they could help it, it would be $80.
I'm saying.
Hell, it'd be $100.
Kirby AirRiders.
If Nintendo had their way.
They're getting there. They're getting there.
Wow.
Surprisingly not, because Xbox was going to start making games $80 and then everybody complained and they said, okay, we're not going to do it. So surprisingly, we're not getting there as much as it feels like it. And hopefully we never do. $70 is already too much. Like, 65. I'm like, okay. 70? Get out of my face. Why are you doing this? But next we got Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Fight the war for ancient Hyrule. Step on the battlefield as Princess Zelda, King Rauru, and other legendary heroes as you fight to reclaim your homeland and live the story of Demon King Ganondorf's invasion that was only briefly alluded to in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Fight alongside new and familiar heroes to defend Hyrule from the Demon King. Join Minoru, the sages, and even some brand new heroes in battles against Ganondorf's forces. Combine powerful Zonai devices with your hero's signature abilities to take down powerful bosses and their legions of minions. Team up with a friend in 2-player local co-op via split screen or game share. This releases November 6th. And there was a tease at the very end of a construct Link, which is how they're probably going to make him playable in the time period where he wasn't around. And depending on the reviews, this could be my first Musuo game I play in a very long time. I haven't played one of those since I played one of the great mini Dynasty Warriors was on PS3. Yeah. Hopefully this one is actually canon, because they said that about the last one, and then it was this weird alternate reality canon. But I actually want them to tell a story about the stuff that we didn't get to see with Zelda during the Imprisoning War. This looks really fun. Next, we have the Virtual Boy. Virtual Boy games are being added to Nintendo Online Plus expansion pack, but they are only playable with a replica of the Virtual Boy or cardboard variant that you can slot your Switch or Switch 2 into. And the replica costs $100, and the cardboard one is $20.
How does that work?
You put I don't know how to describe it. You have to look it up. There's a video showing it.
Okay.
You just open a flap and then you slide it in and close it. And then you put your eyes on it as a VR. It's not a headset because you don't put it on, but you sit on a table and then lean forward. And yeah, I wonder if this means that maybe someday we could see a Virtual Boy 2 and basically, a Switch VR in the future. Because I think if anyone could actually make VR popular, it's Nintendo.
True.
So it'd be interesting if they decided to go forward and make a new Virtual Boy.
But also, this is a recession indicator to me. Just saying, this is a recession indicator to me.
I mean,
why is the Virtual Boy back in the year of our Lord 2025? Why is that happening?
I mean, we don't need an indicator. We're in the recession. But
yeah.
This is also just, it's good to preserve these games, even if they aren't great.
Fair, yeah.
Next we have Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake. The full remake of Fatal Frame Project 02, or / Project 02, Crimson Butterfly. This Japanese-style horror adventure game follows twin sisters lost in an abandoned village, haunted by evil spirits. Using the camera obscura, they fight ghosts as the story unfolds. You were saying, are you a Fatal Frame fan, Bree?
Yes, I watched 2 playthroughs of it years ago. I think early high school or something. I don't know, but I was way into it. The story is actually pretty good. I will say the mechanics were kind of wonky at the time, but I'm excited for this remake, and maybe I might even play it, to be completely honest.
Cool. I'm wondering, are you into Fatal Frame at all? I feel like this is up your alley.
It is. It very much is. I love Fatal Frame so much. And I am so glad Fatal Frame 2 remake, because the original Fatal Frame games are really good. They are really expensive to find secondhand because they weren't that popular when they released. So I'm like, this is good news because still holding out for Fatal Frame 3. Lucky. Yeah, I feel like if this remake does really
I was just about to say this is like a testing bid for that for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I'm definitely going to be buying it and playing it.
Yeah. Next, we have a Stardew Valley Switch 2 edition. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition includes mouse controls and 4-player split-screen co-op. And with game share. So, you and up to 4 friends can play if one person has the game. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I never considered Stardew Valley being split screen co-op in my life. That was never a thing in my brain. So that's interesting.
It's not even split screen on the computer,
Yeah.
which is fascinating.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Right.
Witchbrook is the game that those devs are making now, right?
No, the Haunted Chocolatier.
Yeah.
Isn't Witchbrook by that team too, though? Who's Witchbrook by?
I'm not sure, because the guy that makes Stardew Valley is...
It's by
I'll have to look it up.
Chucklefish.
Oh, yeah, Chucklefish is the publisher.
Hold on, who are the devs? Who says Chucklefish are the devs, though?
Does it? Oh, strange. I don't know. I just work here, man.
But yeah, moving on to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. We got a new trailer and a release date. Finally, it is releasing on December 4th.
Finally.
This year, 2025. In the trailer, they reveal that Samus will be able to ride a motorcycle, which looks fun. And is getting an amiibo with Samus in her shiny new suit on top of it, alongside 2 other amiibos of Samus by herself and Psylux, the main villain. And my wallet, my poor wallet, because I gotta complete the collection. For those that don't know, I have every Metroid amiibo that exists, and they released more,
Really?
so now
Wow.
I gotta get the rest. I gotta catch them all. If Pokemon doesn't sue me for that.
Right.
But yeah, I have all of the Samus, the Metroid amiibos. I got Ridley. I got Dark Samus. I got Zero Suit Samus. I got Samus. I got Metroid Dread Samus with the Emmy. I got Samus in the Metroid. Now I gotta get these.
That's Samus.
Godspeed, man. Those things are like $30 a pop now.
Some of these were very expensive. They're gold, and they're staying in the boxes. Next we have.
Imagine someone comes over and rips the boxes open.
I will kick them out the window.
Like in Spider-Verse.
Next we have DK Bananza DLC. DK Island is being added as an explorable layer, and a new roguelite mode is being added called Emerald Rush. According to Logan Plant at IGN, each run of Emerald Rush begins by stripping DK of all his skills, including his 5 Bananza transformations at higher difficulties, and it's up to you to power him back up while also gathering piles of emerald ore. This is done by fanatically exploring layers, fast traveling around with a limited number of barrel cannons, collecting emerald bananas and fossils that restore DK skills and give you the choice of one of 3 perks, and completing goals Void Kong assigns to you at specific locations across the map. It released the day of the direct, but this isn't something I care to spend $20 on.
Oh my god! $20?
That is so. And how much is Bananza itself?
70. Nope. 80. Nope. It's 70. It's 70. I remember.
Oh.
It's 70. I just remember
$90?
I remember it came
for a
up.
game and
I do
DLC.
It came up to almost 80 plus tax, and I was upset when I saw the receipt.
That's Bonanza.
It is. It is. It is indeed.
No, I'm just saying, like, for $20 for this DLC that doesn't even seem like it's going to add a lot, you can just buy Hades, like the first Hades with that money and play a better run.
It's also 75% off right now.
Okay.
So if you haven't played the first Hades, it's 75% off right now.
Crazy.
It's also on,
Right, get on that. Don't buy the Bonanza DLC.
It's also on Game Pass again. Next we have Pokemon Pokopia. Pokemon's first life simulation game, Pokemon Pokopia, will release on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. Playing as a Ditto that has transformed to look like a very creepy human, you can collect wood, rocks, and other crafting materials to create a cozy home. This creepy-ass Ditto can learn moves from other Pokemon and utilize those moves to help build your very own Pokemon paradise. For example, Ugly Ditto can use Bulbasaur's leafage to add greenery to the landscape, or Squirtle's water gun to hydrate plants by creating a lush, welcoming environment more Pokemon will visit. I don't want to visit this place because that Ditto looks creepy. Who would want to be there? This trailer was weird as fuck because it was a Ditto in a cave, and then there was a phone or something next to him on the ground. It was a Pokedex, and it was a picture of like his like trainer, and then he transformed into this really creepy looking version of their trainer, and then walked out with this really creepy walk animation, and then proceeded to turn its arms into tubes. It was weird. I didn't like it.
To be fair, that Ditto is grieving. They only do that when they're trainers. So,
oh my goodness!
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that trainers 100% dead.
Oh, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. Goodness great. Okay.
This is Pokemon Animal Crossing with the creepiest Ditto you've ever seen.
I kind of want to play it just because I feel like the creepy Ditto-ness will grow on me eventually. Like it's definitely very scary, but it's kind of charming in its own right because it's so scary, and like the tone dissonance is funny.
Yeah, somebody needs to make a Ditto horror game.
But then Nintendo's gonna get you.
Nintendo is gonna send the real Ditto after you.
I'm saying.
Next we have Pokemon Legends ZA. New Mega Evolutions have been revealed for Chestnut, Delphox, and Greninja. And a paid DLC called Mega Dimension was revealed alongside 2 Mega Evolutions for Raichu. Pokemon Legends EA will be released for Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 on October 16th, 2025. Now,
just put it in all one game.
Yeah.
One game.
The fact they're making DLC for a game that's not even out yet.
Exactly.
Nintendo, you've lost your damn mind.
The thing is,
they keep doing that with the Pokemon.
They're now not even pretending that they're not greedy anymore. Because it's like, yeah, sure. People would be willing to buy the DLC if you announced it after the game came out. Announcing it before the game comes out is beyond greed. There has to be another word for that.
Like that might as well just be content. It might as well be in the game.
Exactly.
Right. Like literally when they first did this, people complained that the first game was like incomplete, like they were missing so much, and then that's when they came out with the DLC, and it was like, what? This is more polished than the regular game. Like this is like the full game itself. Why did you like separate it into a DLC? And they just keep doing it.
See, this is why Game Freak...
And I'm pretty sure they did it at the same time because they know people will complain that it doesn't feel polished. So they're like, all right, here's the unpolished game, and then here's the added piece that you got to pay more for. And it's like, why?
This is why Game Freak decided to make that action game that was showed at a PlayStation State of Play that was very random. Game Freak is, of course, the developers of the mainline Pokemon games, and they are making a hack and slash called Beast of Reincarnation that is going to be on all platforms. And it was very surprising to see the game start and you're like, okay, this looks cool. And then the Game Freak logo shows up and you're like, huh? The people who make Pokemon? Yeah, they gotta... Nintendo needs... Somebody needs to teach Nintendo a lesson.
Like a leash. Like, I don't know.
They need to be like humble.
They need to be humble. That's the word I was looking for. Nintendo needs to be humbled. But it's hard to humble them.
Because they are the industry.
They're preventing people from humbling them by using these patents. Because I guarantee you there's a developer out there who could make a better Pokemon game than them. And that's why they're doing this. They know that. They know that they're not. They know that their Pokemon games are ass. And that it just takes the right developer, some indie dev to come in and make the greatest Pokemon game known to man that's not officially a Pokemon game. And they're like, we need to nip this in the bud immediately. Because they're scared of Pal World.
Mm-hmm. It could a person probably like a person with video game maker or like RPG maker or something could make something better than the Game Freak joints. Like, yeah.
Man.
Nintendo is about to start really sending out Mewtwo's to kill people.
At this point.
Yeah.
At this point. That's what the next direct is about.
That's what that Sakurai direct is about. It's not about Kirby.
Actually, we've been making this behind closed doors. Here you go.
All right. Next we just have 3 games left, guys. We're almost done. We're almost at 3 hours. We're 5 minutes shy. Next we have, I gotta edit this.
God.
Next we have Danganronpa 2x2. Relive the chilling and thrilling story in greater beauty and comfort than ever before. 2 complete experiences in one package, with entirely new scenario plus the fully revamped original. That's the end of that sentence. Danganronpa welcomes its newest entry with Danganronpa 2x2. Any of you guys have any experience with this series of games?
I've never
Boy, do
played
I.
a Danganronpa game.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, they look weird.
I used to be big into them when I was in middle school because that was just like the cool thing to do. I had never played the games, only watched the and seeing Nagito Komeda pop up in that trailer was like having 7 heart
Whiplash.
because
Who?
why on God's green verdant earth are we getting a new Danganronpa game of our Lord 25? Why is this happening? Who asked for this?
The Danganronpa fans, I guess.
The
I
games
said
aren't
the
even good.
fandom is-
That's the thing. That's the thing, right? That's really pissing me off
I
about
mean,
this.
they're good
The
to
games
somebody.
are not good, which is unfortunate.
The
Y'all should
fandom
play
is just
better
too
visual
strong.
novels.
So next,
Please.
we got something that surprised me. It was very weird place to show this, but we got a longer and more detailed trailer for Resident Evil 9 Requiem than we got anywhere else at a Nintendo Direct. It was random. Also, it looked bad. I'm not playing this on Switch, obviously. I'm playing this on my PlayStation. But the fact that it can run on a Switch is a miracle.
Sure.
And, shout out to Nintendo fans who have always wanted to play, the newer Resident Evil games. Because both Requiem and 7 and 8 are going to be on the Nintendo Switch 2 on the same day, on February 27th next year, 2026. So, shout out to them.
$70.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how much games cost. I mean, this is...
I'm playing.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's legitimately $70, but, like, at least this is a AAA, like, Capcom game, not some Nintendo game from 50 years ago.
Right.
Nintendo's about to re-release
Or
Pong for $80.
And they don't even own that IP.
No, they don't.
Then they're gonna patent it. They're gonna be like, "Well, you can't make a game
With balls. You
that
just can't
looks like
have a
Table
circle.
Tennis."
Circles just can't
Yeah.
exist in
Right.
games. You got to find a different shape. But last, Fire Emblem, Future's Weave, or Fortune's Weave. We didn't get any information other than the trailer. They just said, "Here's the trailer. It comes out next year." There's no write-up. There's no little blurb on the Nintendo website. It's just, here's the game. Because they know
Wow.
that people are going to buy it because it's Fire Emblem. There's a reason there's like 1,000 Fire Emblem characters in Smash Bros. People play these games. People like these games. People love these games. Will this be the first one I play? Probably not. But maybe, perhaps, potentially. It looks interesting. There's this dude who looked like a combination of goddamn Sephiroth and Alucard. So maybe, perhaps.